Oliver Springs City Council meet to order for July 20th. Roll call, Joe.
Barbara Miller.
Here.
Jeff Bass. Kenny Brown.
Here.
Teresa Van Hook.
Here.
Terry Holland.
Here.
James Brummett. We got 4 out of 6. We got a quorum.
Mr. Joe, would you lead us in with prayer?
Our Father, we come to you tonight offering praise and adoration and thankfulness, wonder and amazement at your love and your strength and your power and your wisdom that you offer for those who seek you with all their soul and all their heart. We pray that in these times of difficulty that we face, that each one of us and our council folks and our citizens and our workers will approach you with an open heart and an open mind. Look for your wisdom, receive your wisdom, and then implement your wisdom and your wishes where we can deliver the goods and the services that need to be delivered from our body as a government. We pray for our men and women in the military and the first responders and the law enforcement and the fire department and all those folks that offer us protection and comfort and care in times of great need. We pray for our government on all levels, that our people will turn away from the secular things and seek your wisdom and your way, because your way is the truth and the light that we all should strive to see. We ask all these things in thy Son's name. Amen.
Amen. Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Approval of the minutes from the July 13th meeting. We have a motion. Make a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion about the minutes?
Yes, sir. First page under minutes, third paragraph. Where it said motion by Van Hook, second by Brown to approve the minutes. City Recorder Van Hook discussed the memorandum from Jason E. Mullen. That should be Mumpower, M-U-M-P-O-W-E-R. And that's all I've seen, sir.
Okay. Anything else? All right. Motion, second, discussion, roll call, Joe.
Barbara Miller.
Yes, sir.
Kenny Brown.
Yes.
Teresa Van Hook.
Yes.
Terry Holland.
Yes. This time, is there any citizen who would like to come forward and speak? If so, just state your name for the record. Yes, sir.
Well, I'm Alan Lutz. I work with the Rhone Alliance, and I am the Director of Education Workforce. I have something I'd like to hand out to each of you. I'm here to just give you some information about the Rhone Alliance and its support of Oliver Springs and some of the things we've been doing.
Thanks, sir.
I have copies that have been put in some of the pews out there. If you wanted to get a copy, you're welcome to it. The first, if you pull the paperclip off, the first thing you'll see is a group of papers like this. One of the things I do in my position is manage the Tennessee Scholars Program. And this past year, there were 11 students from the Oliver Springs High School who were Tennessee Scholar graduates. We had a total of 70 in the entire county. This is a program because we had an awards breakfast in the morning of May 3rd, and all the Tennessee Scholar graduates from the county came to the awards breakfast and received medallions and certificates, and on the inside is the name of each of those Tennessee Scholar graduates. And they're grouped, you can see, by school. You also have within there is the article that appeared in the newspaper It was also in the Oak Ridge newspaper, and they printed the story and the pictures that are here. Get it? It also has in the text information about scholarships. 2 of the 11 students from Oliver Springs received $500 scholarships. One was from Rome State Community College, and then one was specifically from the Tennessee Scholars Program. But both of those scholarships were because these were Tennessee Scholars students. The Rome County Tennessee Scholars actually gave out a total of 11 scholarships. Rome State gave out 6. So it's all $500 scholarships. We also, in the year, we do social media. These are Facebook pages to talk about the program. What you see here is actually congratulations to sophomores who are on track 2 more years ago, on track to graduate as Tennessee Scholars, and identified them by name. Same thing with juniors. Over here are a listing of the scholarship students who received Rome State scholarships. On the back side was a listing of all the scholarships of the other 11 in the schools, and all by name of the Oliver Springs High School graduates. So that's part of what we do to spread the information about the program. And there's other things we do about encouraging the students to graduate as Tennessee Scholars. So since I'm showing social media, I'll go to the next page. This page is a sample of some of the social media that we do to advertise events and community events. And so these are 3 of them that we're promoting Oliver Springs on social media. And we've boosted some of the ads that we've seen that they have been posted by you to help get more information out. So that's another one. An upcoming event, which is this flyer, is the National Night Out. And the Oliver Springs Police Department will be participating in that, as with all the law enforcement and a lot of first responders. And that's at the Rome County Park. So I wanted to show you that, and this will end up getting social media publications also. And last, I wanted to point out that this is a list of upcoming tourism type events that we advertise for all of Rome County, all the communities, and October Skyfest is not on there because it doesn't go out to October. It ends up at the bottom there in September, but I'll be at the October Skyfest. I'm also a member of the United Way Board of Directors, and I'll be helping out at the United Way's tent here. I've been to the October Skyfest several times as my role with Education Matters. So I want to give you kind of an update of some of the things we've been doing. If you have any questions of me, I'd be happy to answer them.
Don't personally, but thank you for what you do, investing in our students and our kids.
So I love what I've been doing. I've been doing it for over a decade, and unfortunately, it will be coming to an end at the end of October. I'll be 70, and my wife needs me at the home more than she thinks anybody else does. So thank you for the opportunity to serving and helping Oliver Springs during these years. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Anyone else this time? Mayoral update, just rain. Guys are doing a good job, making sure that water's flowing, not backing up, flooding things. I appreciate that. The police department out patrolling, doing what they do, guys, and water sewer. Man, I couldn't imagine trying to work out in that today. I know we didn't. All being said, I'm excited about where our town is headed in the coming weeks, days, and months ahead. I've had some really good conversations with businesses, brokers, and hopefully promoting our town and bringing new business in, which will increase our tax revenue and our base. So I'm excited about that. And once we get this budget behind us, then we have some, I know I've spoken with Rusty, not stealing his thunder, but gave him an idea last night that we'd love to have a movie in the park tonight, hopefully in August, on Friday night, Saturday night. So Looking forward to that. And October Sky Festival's coming up. Very excited about that, and that's going to be a couple months. And doesn't the Blair Volunteer Fire Department, when is their, is that?
29th.
I'm sorry?
29th.
The 29th of July, so next Saturday, down at the park. It's going to be a really big back-to-school celebration, so excited about that as well. So we got a lot going on as a town, and so Corey, this time.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First thing, Judge Van Hook brought my office earlier this week, the lease agreement between the town of Oliver Springs and the Oliver Springs High School Athletic Booster Club and Youth Club. It's been reviewed, everything looks great to me. It's ready for signature if y'all want to look through that. On the budget and the property tax rate increase, one thing I want to make the residents aware of is the property tax relief program for elderly homeowners, disabled homeowners, disabled veteran homeowners, and widower of disabled veteran homeowners. Council has that documentation in front of you. That's these sheets here. And I have documentation out on the desk out when you come into the front door there. The next thing that you should have in your packets, the comptroller paperwork. This is the agenda from the meeting the comptroller had yesterday. This is where they went over cases of the comptroller's actually investigating. Meeting started about 11 o'clock and we went on about 2:30. It was very brief. If you want to look at the last page, it just states that we are under administrative review. They've asked us to
Is that the
start
water
the...
department's administrative review?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just says the entities that have all it's been delinquent for years. The entity has not verified that its rates are set in a manner to improve its financial condition. Additionally, the entity reported non-revenue water loss of 77% on its 2021 American Water Works Association reporting worksheet. And then it goes on to mention the entity has timely contracted with a third party to carry out the rate study as requested by board staff. Based on board staff met with leadership, management, staff of Olive Springs in June 2023, but has been able to finish their administrative review report. Board staff will update the board at the next regularly scheduled meeting, which will be in October. So look for the comptroller to be back for second interviews, a little bit more in-depth investigation, probably November, December timeframe. One thing that they talked about was, and it would be this sheet right here that you all have, is making sure that your board members, and this is for the water board, make sure they're up to date on their training, continued education. So it mandates that new board members must get 12 hours of training within 1 year after initial appointment or election to the Municipal Utilities Governing Board. Then, after getting initial 12 hours of training, the board member must get 12 hours of training and continuing education every 3 years. And the new continuing education period begins on January the 1st of the following year. Please stay up to date on that. That is one thing they look at, and they are discussing now with the utility of removing 2 commissioners just because they don't have their training and failure to cooperate with the comptroller's office. So make sure we stay up to date on that stuff there.
You're talking about those videos that we...
It is, and a lot of the training's online. And just make sure you keep up with your training certificates like this, because they will be put in your employee file. That way we'll have the records here. And that is all I have at the moment.
Thank you, Corey. Mr. Miller?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank the fire department, thank Marlowe, thank Blair, and thank Oak Ridge for the response to the house fire we had in A neighbor of mine right up the street lost their house the other night. They had good response time, but because of certain conditions, they weren't able to save the house. But I would like to thank each and every one of them. I'd like to thank the police department for their quick response. They were the first ones on the scene with just minutes of it being discovered. And I'd like to thank Chief and his officers. But I would like to thank each and every fireman that came out and the effort that they showed to try to contain the blaze. And Corey, Valley Drive, that 6-inch water line in that ditch for the culvert. We gotta do something with that. Today it was running across the road, coming down Orchard. And we got them heavy rains earlier this morning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we will address it.
we
What's the
gotta get that
culvert,
thing out there.
the water line stopping at the culvert?
No, I don't know if it's homeowner or whom, but they took it upon themselves to put a 6-inch water line in the ditch and backfilled in on it to where they're no longer a ditch area, the yard comes down
Okay.
flush with the road. We will, I think,
12.5, 7, 200 series.
no, it's 400.
Can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss it, they're on the right.
Hey, I know where you're going.
But, and I would like to thank all the city workers for getting out in this rain, this mess, and doing what they do. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
And that's all I've got, sir, at this time.
And to piggyback off what Mr. Miller said about the fire department, I don't know that I've ever witnessed a fire up close and personal. So that was my first as mayor, and that was impressive. I think a 2-minute response time from the PD, is that correct? And then from the time that the call went out, I think fire was on scene within 7 to 8 minutes. And then 2 other agencies, like you said, Blair and Oak Ridge.
Marlowe.
Oh, and Marlow, that's correct, 3 other agencies, and it was all hands on deck. I mean, it was impressive. So, very, very professional, very efficient, but like you said, circumstances outside their control. The house was unfortunately a total loss, but, so. Mr. Brown?
Yes, I thank the workers. I know I've seen them out there doing the bridges and down by the Arrowhead Park area over there too, and it looks good. And of course, unfortunately, we're dealt some bad places to have to mow, but it was good to get them cut down. And also today with the rain, and I mentioned this before, that turn in there going into the cigarette store and the dog grooming place and that jewelry place, it stopped up. I seen them get out of their truck today, and I don't understand why he don't want to replace that. It stopped up, and I know it's something that we've addressed. I've addressed it before in this council meeting, and today it was running over in the road, and the guys got out there in that rain and pulled some rock and stuff out of the drain line and cleared it up. I'm assuming it went down, but we've addressed it before on trying to get extension on that piece of private property. Well, it's private property. He's saying it's our responsibility because he pays taxes. I mean, I'm just saying we ain't got no results, and it keeps backing up. And I'd like to, I don't thank our workers for getting out in the rain and pulling those rocks and stuff out of that ditch or that culvert, and doing it because the water was on the road. But if we can do something with it, I'd appreciate it. I know I've addressed it here before, and I haven't got any results. But that whole 10 or 12 inch pipe, whatever it is, maybe it's bigger than that, but it needs to be cleaned out. Whether that be our responsibility or not. But that would save a lot of heartaches if people come by there and that one guy come by and sprayed water like 25 foot. It can make some people real ill. Other than that, that's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. We will, already message Rusty back there, we'll try to get on this, Ms. Van Hook.
Yes, I just want to say I really appreciate the people who work for our town. They have been so cooperative and are really, really willing to work hard. I appreciate what they do. I also wanted to call to the police chief's attention that Airport Road is like a racetrack these days. And so you're doing such a fine job on the 4-lane. Could you divert somebody back there and stop a few people on Airport Road and slow them down?
Give a particular time.
Yes, in the evenings, probably 5 to 9 o'clock. They are flying down Airport Road.
It'll be done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Van Hook. Mr. Hall?
All I have is, I guess, a message to the citizens. If you have a street light in your area and it works, you can actually go on CUB and get their email and tell them the coordinates, and they'll fix it. And I actually tried it myself, it works. So if you think, we can't get it done fast enough, you can actually speed it up yourself by going on the website. They have their email up in the upper right-hand corner.
It's good to know. Thank you. All right.
I do have one more thing, and if I don't bring this up, I'll be in deep trouble.
Yes, sir.
You remember back last year when we decided to build the best blessing boxes?
Yes.
Supposed to have been 2 of them built. We only have one up. I don't know if the other one was ever constructed or not, but we only have one up. It's over here in front of the library, and I was posed the question why it doesn't have doors on it to keep stuff from getting wet. What?
Yeah, there's doors on it now.
Does it?
Yeah, we put them back up on the,
Okay.
the other one's got broke off.
Did you get it on camera?
It was before they were put up.
Was it?
That's what prompted put the cameras up.
But I was asked about the second one, and I had to be honest with them, it kind of got shuffled off to the side, and I never,
Ms. Joyce, is there a place that you would like for the second one to go?
It would be more beneficial to be in front of the police department,
Okay.
if possible. It may stop some vandalism,
Okay.
like this one was only up like a month before they tore the doors off.
Okay.
And people need to be reminded not to cram old clothes in there.
right.
Blessing boxes for food and that type of thing.
Okay.
The other one's built, sitting in the garage, we just didn't know where to put it.
Okay. We'll have it up this week or next.
Thanks, sir. Thank you, Rusty.
Chief?
The only thing I have before you today is I have a request from the East End Marathon. If you know the one across from the skating rink, they are changing hands now, apparently as of July 25th. They are asking for a beer board, and they have submitted an application and paid their $250 fee for this. I know there was talk earlier not to kind of bring this quicker of when the next council meeting will be, but I would like to set a beer board if that's possible.
For the 3rd of August? That'll be the next.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Is that still going to be the meeting date? I just had heard,
If it is postponed, the motion can be made and seconded to reschedule the August 3rd meeting to whatever date it is, immediately followed by a beer board meeting on that same day. So, we can handle it.
Yeah, that's what Chief was saying, was Terry may not be here, so we may have to reschedule. Would they still be able to sell alcohol without the beer board meeting, or?
that is up to y'all. There can be a grace period, but that's only allowed up to the beer board. Generally, there is not. They have had this addressed before. It swaps hands. They are all generally made aware of that. However, they finally got it turned in today. So, that being said, there's not a chance for another council meeting to have a beer board meeting until August.
It may be that in connection with the scheduling of the beer board, the motion could include if Police Chief Laxton is satisfied with the background check that they can operate on grace until whatever the date of the meeting is. And I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm not telling you not to do that. I'm saying that could be an option where they could start selling beer on a short-term basis if the chief is comfortable with that.
I am, they're basically just doing a transfer of ownership, they're not changing the name. It's just basically new partners, and this gives a chance for you to talk to them to make sure that they're not going to be, changing their business model.
And then at the beer board meeting, you'd have to have a formal motion second to issue the beer permit, I guess, wouldn't they?
Yes, sir.
They wouldn't get a beer permit until the meeting.
Yeah, and basically with it falling at the end of the month, everything is going to still continue falling under the business license that they are now. That's what they're buying. This is just a formality to get it in the person's name, not the business's name.
Did they just not change hands here, chief, just not?
They were going to, it was under sale, and it didn't happen. But the last one that I brought for you that did was the East End Market, Ian's Market. That one did change it.
Oscars did?
Yeah, it's now Ian's Market.
So do we need a motion and a second, Joe?
It would be appropriate to get a motion second to schedule a board meeting and have a temporary grace period. It would be appropriate to reschedule the council meeting and set a bill board meeting with a grace period at this time under comments from Police Chief Laxton, or you could do it under new business. From a practical standpoint, it makes no difference, do it now.
Okay. So we have a motion?
Do we want to move the meeting
Yeah.
to the 10th?
Can you be here, or do you need to be excused for August 3rd?
Yeah, if I'd be excused, but what I could do is we have a quorum problem. I can just have to do some driving, but I can make it if need be. That's what worries me more than anything.
It had to be, I guess, the 10th then, wouldn't it?
It would be the 10th.
I'm not gonna be here either, the second.
All right, well, let's just move it to the 10th then.
All right.
Okay, so we'll make a motion or have a motion and a second to move it from August the 3rd to August the 10th. Have a beer board at the
And
end,
water board.
water board, and to allow chief to allow grace for beer permit. So that's the motion.
Mayor, we'll also have to move our second public hearing.
That's correct. Yep. So the second public hearing would have to be August the 10th as well.
At 6.
6, because water board is 6:30.
That's under new business.
You got to move?
Yeah. But you can go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
We can put it all in at once.
Yeah.
Okay. What's a lot?
I apologize.
It's all good.
What's the name of this business?
It's the East End Marathon. Most commonly referred to Norwood Marathon.
All right.
Is that going to cause any problem with approving, getting the budget and everything, the comptroller and all
Do you need to put a
that?
street address in there, Chief?
Because everything should be ready to go.
Okay.
We vote on it the 10th. They'll go
I believe the actual
next
business
day.
license is under Norwood Marathon.
All right, so do we have a motion? Teresa makes a motion, do we have a
I'll
second?
second.
Mr. Miller seconds, any discussion? Roll call, Joe?
Robert Miller,
Yes, sir.
Kenny Brown,
Yes.
Teresa Van Hook,
Yes.
Terry Holland.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
And Chief, Justin Bailey or representative for the fire department?
These are conference.
Old business, any old business? New business, we just addressed item A, discussed setting a date for the fiscal year 2023-2024 budget. Second public hearing, that will be August the 10th at 6 o'clock. August the 10th, 6 o'clock will be the second public hearing, and then we will vote that night. Okay.
So what order are we going to take it? Will the beer board follow that and then the water board?
No, beer board will be after council.
Okay.
Public hearing, water board, town council, beer board.
Correct. Yep. This is item B, discuss hiring a Roane County planner. Glenn, you want to step forward here real quick? So, in a nutshell, here's what Roane County's doing, and Glenn can fill in more specifics. Right now, we have ET
East Tennessee Development District.
Yeah, East Tennessee Development District. They are our current planners, and Wade and Glenn, Wade Creswell is the county mayor, incredible gentleman, and they launched an idea to have a planner for Rome County, and I think it would personally benefit the town if we had someone from our town, from our county, helping lead the planning and development of our community. It is a little bit more, from a financial standpoint, it is going to cost the town a little bit more. However, and Glenn can fill you in on more specifics of what advantages that brings. Go ahead.
The service you're going to get is a lot better. You will have somebody that you can get a hold of every day of the week to talk to and give you answers, not say I'll check and get back with you. We can have somebody up here every day if we need to with a project going on. You're also going to get information from the other parts of the county and the cities as to what's going on. And we have our own GIS department. That's under my supervision now. And we can keep you up to date on your maps and stuff. The thing is you're going to get a full-time planner that you can rely on that's going to be able to come service this community without having to wait once a month.
For the minutes, what's the name of this?
What's the name
The
of it?
name of the company, the group we're gonna hire?
Oh, it's Rome County. Rome County government.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Rome County.
County planner position.
Yeah, it's a,
They're
yeah,
filling.
yes.
Okay.
Rome County Planning Department?
Yes. And just so you guys know, the county has passed the budget, and for the position, I will be hiring an assistant planner that we will train. They will be local, and they will take over once I decide I want to retire, which won't be for 10 years at least, hopefully. So, I mean, that's the biggest thing, is that you get somebody from in the community, not somebody from Knoxville that has 10 other communities to take care of. Guys, we will be taking care of 4.
And I will say this, I sit in the mayor's meetings with Wade and the other mayors in Rome County, and Wade has a very clear vision for Rome County and moving forward. Like, I didn't know him before I became mayor. Very well spoken, very articulate, has a good vision, and whenever he brought this to me, I can't find fault in it. Again, it may cost a little more, but I think best bang for our buck is the Rome County planner position that will help us go forward in planning, availability, accessibility, and you know the town inside and out, outside and in, and so.
What's the cost per year for the minutes?
I think it's 14,000, Corey,
14.5.
and right now we pay like 9,000?
7,600 current.
Okay.
New position would be 14.5.
2 questions.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, next year, they're gonna come at us and say, we need 20,000 this year,
Nope.
so we're locked into this
We
14.5.
have figured the budget around what we got here and what we needed to run this for a while.
Number 2, Anderson County side of the city,
I asked about that.
are they,
We can cover
the counties, Anderson County's good with y'all coming in on the,
the city of Oliver Springs. I mean, we do the building inspections in that part of the city also.
Correct.
I didn't know somebody up there would have a problem with,
But if they do, and you guys decide to do this, they have no recourse because it's an interlocal agreement between the city of Oliver Springs and Rome County.
And I'll say, I do have a very good working relationship with Mayor Terry Frank and Anderson County, so and I did ask Wade that one particular question, and he said he didn't feel like there would be any issue whatsoever.
What people, what we talking about bringing in their businesses or what, you know?
Well, that's where we
Yeah.
sit down and get to work on what's the vision you want for the city of Albany Springs? Where do you want to be 5, 10 years from now? And then we start trying to develop it that way and get it where you want it, okay? Instead of letting stuff just haphazardly happen.
You also help with writing the zoning ordinances and planning commission meetings too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And, see, they do a lot of the paperwork for the rezoning that comes before the planning commission, the board of zoning appeals. Or if somebody wants to come in and, say, create a business in a residential area on Tri-County Boulevard that's formerly been residential, then his department would figure out if it be light commercial, heavy commercial, light business, or light industry, or heavy industry, whatever it may be, and redo all the zoning maps and prepare all the zoning ordinances for the planning commission and ultimately town council to approve. And I guess they draw a new zoning map too, wouldn't you?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll be providing full services just like the NC Development District did, except you're going to get a lot more work and a lot more access.
You'll be at the planning commission meeting?
Yes, sir.
Is this something that'll come out of monthly fee or is it a one-time
It's an annual.
annual?
Yeah.
We gotta have it in your hands by when?
That's up to you guys. I mean, you have a contract, I think, that's coming due with the East Tennessee Development District. And, you know, if you renew that, yeah.
I'm just, you know, with our budget right now, we're discussing things. And if it's not in our budget, we can't do it.
I fully understand that. And Mayor, have you had conversations with the county mayor on some of the help that he might be able to give?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I have, yes, sir.
Do they know?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. So that there is potential help available from the county to help offset for us for, you know,
This physical year?
yes. Because Wade understands where we are financially. So,
Your current county mayor, county executive has really dug in and made a big effort into focusing everybody and getting as much of the county as he can headed together in the right directions. He has been a very good addition to this county government.
and I'll say this about the current planner that we have. I approached in February and asked for a plan to be made for a particular parcel of land here in our town, roughly 20, 25 acres, and was very clear in my description what I wanted, and here we are, July, still haven't received it. I've asked about it on multiple occasions. I need that. I need a business plan, a vision that I can give this owner to say, hey, this is what we would do. This is what it would be valued at. Well, so I told Wade the story, and he's like, you bring us on board and you will have your plan. So, okay. So,
Anybody will tell you, I'm not afraid of hours. I like to work. I like to be busy.
How much do we have budgeted currently for this particular?
For your FY '23-24 budget, you do have the money to fill that position. It's built in.
The full 14,000?
For information of council, I have written this, that the town council would hire the Rome County Planning Department at a cost of $14,500 per fiscal year, with Mayor Stiltner to apply to the Rome County Executive for possible financial assistance.
I would love to add or less.
yeah.
I can put in all that.
That's my thing too. Yeah, and I'll talk to Wade about, you know, the assistance, so.
Because I could add to it, I've probably got 8, 10 years planning we spent 8, 10 years on signs, and they're ragged out to this day.
We had
Really wasted a lot of time.
had most of them cleaned up at one time. Went through and got everybody all the way down through there, and over the years, it's just kind of got back, so it's time to go get it again.
Sure. But it shouldn't have took that long to
In the
come up
first
with a
place.
plan. Yeah, we really wasted something. Could be
It-
going towards what the mayor was talking.
And in this, guys, I have access to a lot of tools. And with our software that we've got, you guys can check on building permits in your area. You can apply for one online. If there's a complaint in the city, they can file a complaint for an unsafe structure. Hopefully August 1st, we're going to launch our whole website for building codes and planning.
When you say you have your own GIS barcode, what's the difference between that and the one you get on the,
Okay, the one with East Tennessee Development District, you get put in a queue and you just sit there until your time comes up and their GIS folks can get to it. With us, I got a full-time GIS department. One person is going to be mainly for the property assessor, everybody wants to get their taxes. And then the other one, he is full-time for projects for cities, county, and stuff. And we will make those decisions based on the need and which needs to come up to top priority. And the gentleman that does that for us is very good. Jake has done some wonderful projects for us. And he's certified too. So.
have an idea when the East Tennessee expires?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest.
I think it's August, October.
It's fall, I'm not sure the exact date, but it's fall.
We'll get a definitive this week. Any further discussion? So do we have a motion to accept Roane County Planning planner position?
I'll make
And
that
that
motion.
probably would be when the current contract expires.
Correct.
I second the motion.
So we have a motion, we have a second. Any more discussion?
This mayor, you talked about change and diversification. This should be the first step in seeing a change
That's correct, for sure.
in this town.
Yep. And,
If it does, it's well worth the $7,000.
oh, absolutely, yeah. And I've got some stuff I want to throw at you. So, I was talking to Corey just yesterday about it. So I've got some people ready to build.
All right.
So,
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your support.
Thank you.
And we will work our backsides off to provide you with a high quality service.
all right, we got a motion, we have a second. Roll call, Joe?
Robert Miller,
Yes, sir.
Kenny Brown.
Yes.
Teresa Van Hook.
Yes.
Terry Holland.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, council. Discuss 2023-2024 Safety Partners Matching Grant Program. The Safety Partners Grant provides funding for public entity partners members to purchase safety and loss prevention items and training aimed at reducing work-related incident, injuries, and accidents. Corey?
This is one thing that Wendy's been following up on. It's up to $2,000 and it's going to be used for, road construction signs, maybe even the AEDs, first aid kits, stuff like that. We just need a motion to proceed with the application for this grant program.
So do we have a motion to proceed forward for the paperwork for the grant?
What would the amount of the grant be?
It's up to $2,000.
Up to $2,000.
Yeah.
I so moved.
So we have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Brown. Any more discussion? Roll call, Joe?
Robert Miller,
Yes, sir.
Kenny Brown?
Yes.
Chris Van Hook?
Yes.
Terry Holland?
Yes. Well, do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Town of Oliver Springs now adjourned.